Hey guys, what's up, amazing people? I love each and every one of you. I really do. Even if you don't care I exist, I love you too. But I know a lot of people don't understand this whole situation that I'm going through. And, God told me to pick up my bed and follow Him. So I did. But I lost a lot of things. Along the way. A lot of people, sometimes I guess, people show their true intentions and, they just help me get rid of shit by taking it from me. And what a lot of people don't understand is, like, when you're a child of God and you live a godly life, you're not out here sitting here trying to sleep with people. You're not selling your soul. You're not selling your ass. You're not doing drugs. So, you don't fit in. Especially if you've followed God to the point to where you left everything behind. You don't have nothing, so you're broke. You're homeless. You have no credit score. Well, you have a credit score, it's just not a good one. It gets harder though, And I know I was having a little bit of a nervous breakdown yesterday. But, I mean, having to do this stuff by yourself is hard. Especially being a female and you're not out here selling your soul and selling your ass. Like, it's very hard. Like, some women can just look at men and these people just pay their way. I don't have that luxury. It's okay though. I got God, and He always provides. And I'm about to be back on top. I'm just going through some stuff. But God gives the strongest warriors the hardest things. Nobody, like, if you were to put somebody else in my shoes, they wouldn't be able to make it. They probably would have committed suicide by now, honestly. I have a lot of strength. I have a lot of endurance. But, yeah, because a lot of people that are in my situation, and I see it all the time. I see it in this hotel. I see it. Like, look at this hotel. It's kind of shitty. It's falling the fuck apart. It does have cockroaches. It doesn't have bed bugs, thank you, Jesus. See, God's looking out for me a little bit. But it's a little rough, But it's all I could afford at the time. And people don't realize, like, when you're a teenager and stuff, and, like, you come out of school, you have some kind of system, like, you have some kind of, like, what do you call it? A support system. Like, you have friends. Like, everybody at least has one or two, right? But when you come out of high school or something like that, you have a little build-up system. Most people have friends, they have a vehicle, they have something to start them up. Their parents usually don't just, like, throw them out in the world without nothing. I mean, some people do, and I'm not knocking anybody for that. But, when you get down to the point to where you don't have a good credit, so it's hard to get an apartment, right? Or you don't have the money. Because it's like, the more homeless you are, the harder it is to get back up. Like, if you have an apartment, you get out of high school and stuff, you have good or no credit, but you don't have anything really against you, because you're starting. People have more mercy on people when they're starting, not when they've been going through stuff. Because, I mean, think about it. Everybody's only one step away, one natural disaster away from being homeless. or losing their job can make them go homeless. Like for me, it was Home Depot. I lost my job at Home Depot. I was making $22.54 an hour. I was the lead in merchandising. I worked at 13 different stores, and I was basically, my district manager used to send me from store to store to fix them because I was that good. Still am. But, like, you should see what I've done to the store in the past 3 weeks. So much better than when I got there. Because that's how I do. I leave places better than where I got it, than where I started, or when I got there, you know? Like, I fix things along the way. I'll even pay for it. Like, most people that I've helped out or places that I've stayed, I paid to fix their shit. You know? And sometimes they screw me over, and it's okay. Maybe that's just how they deal with things. I forgive them. You know? We're all human. Doesn't make it right. But, you know, mercy. The love's got to go somewhere, you know. The pain's got to go somewhere. Sometimes you got to transmute all of that pain, all of that negativity into positivity, into love, right? Sometimes it's helping somebody out. Sometimes, you know, changing the world starts with a small thing at a time. Sometimes you got to be at the bottom to find the people that need change. Find the people that need help. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Like, I've noticed that the more homeless you are, the less you have your stuff together, and you're not selling your ass and stuff. It's very hard. It is. Especially for a godly woman. It's hard for a woman, period. Especially if you ain't selling your ass, baby. Like, it is very difficult. It's very difficult. I honestly, because most women, in my experience that I've seen, if they're down to the point to where they're not going to have a place to stay, or especially if they have kids, they'll go and sell their ass before they don't have a place to stay. I don't do that. I'm very authentic. I don't use filters. That's why I look like shit on here half of the time. But, you know, I'm very transparent. Probably more than I should be. But, like, also, if I come off mean or rude or anything, I'm sorry. I'm really a very sweet person. But, see, when you're a single female out here trying to survive, you have to come off a little aggressive. You have to live in your masculine energy. I hate it. I absolutely fucking hate it. I absolutely hate it. Because I'm a female. I want to be a female and do female things. But, see, a lot of people look at that as a weakness. And that shit can get you killed out here. If you're nice to people in my situation, it can get you killed. If they see, because they look at it as a weakness. But it's really a strength. That's why I still dress the way I want to dress. I still do, because I'm an ex-pro wrestler. Like, come on now. I can defend myself. I shouldn't have to, but, you know, if they consider kindness and godliness as a weakness, and I ain't gonna sleep with you, like, I might have to move out of this hotel pretty soon. Like, because they're talking about going up on the rent. The only reason I'm staying here in this shitty ass fucking hotel is because it's the cheapest fucking place closest to my work. But they're talking about going up a whole extra $50 a week. That's $350. But if I'm paying that much, I'm gonna have me a pool. Like, I'll move across the street from my work, like literally across the street, so I'm not having to walk so fucking far. And have a pool in a better place. Like, I can't even get mail here because it's like so run down. You know? Yeah, they like. I'm just waiting on my money to come in, my checks. Once I get my checks coming in, see, I'm back at Home Depot. So once I get my checks coming in and I can get some assistance and stuff, if they can help me with like the hotel or whatever, I can probably save up a little money to get some transportation. Transportation is very important because it's hard to do your laundry, first of all. It's hard to go buy food, second of all. It's hard to do a lot of stuff. And I got doctor's appointments and stuff that I got to go to. You know, because remember I had that brain hemorrhage because of that brain tumor thing that I got going on, you know. In the last 2 days, like, I was having a couple of, I think that was part of my little nervous breakdown because I was having symptoms from, like, when I had that brain hemorrhage. I've been without my medicine for like 2 weeks. And I was having like a couple of symptoms from it. Like when that happened. And it kind of freaked me out. So that on top of basically killing myself. Trying to walk back and forth to work and trying to take care of everything. And I'm freaking, like, they have me everywhere though. Because I know my shit. You know, I have a lot of knowledge. Pretty smart sometimes. I got an IQ of 167 the last time we tested it. That was 10 years ago. I've learned a lot more since then. You know. But I fix stuff. I fix problems. And that's one of my things I do. I love it. I love it. But they're training me in receiving to be a backup. And that's makes you nervous too. Like, I know Home Depot's inside and out, but having to get used to new layouts, being at a new store in a new place, living and going through the situation I am. I lost my truck, and you know, like, that shit can make you have a nervous breakdown, especially doing it by yourself, not knowing nobody, and you know, losing everything. Yeah, I literally only have my clothes, my bathroom stuff, which I'm almost out of. Almost out of food. God's gonna provide though. It'll be alright. That's the only thing I really can consistently count on is God's gonna provide, you know. And He does. For when you need it the most. But yeah, I just when you're in my kind of situation, it's hard to get out. See, if you didn't have a fucking place to stay though, when you're actually homeless, and you don't have a place to stay, it costs even more money. Think about it. Once you do get food, you can't keep it refrigerated, so it's gonna go bad soon, you know. And then like trying to find a place to actually stay, you know, and be without the cops coming and trying to move you or tell you can't be there. And then, you know, it's hard on your body being out in the weather and stuff like that. It's harder than I have it now, and I'm trying to prevent having to be that way, you know. I'm trying to work myself back up. It's just you gotta fight harder, and I think a lot of people don't understand that, you know. Because people, if you got an apartment or you got a place to live or a house or something, yeah, you might have an easier life. You might have, when you got better credit, you got an easier life and stuff. But like, you know, I got a lot of stuff up against me right now. But it's okay. It'll get better, you know. It's just rough. It's just fucking rough, man. I've seen people like fall apart and couldn't handle less than what I've done with, you know. So think about it if you were in my situation. And guess what? I'm a female. Men don't listen to females. Men, this is a man's world. They don't listen to females. Like, when you're a female basically in a man's position, which being homeless is like being in a man's position, it's fucking hard. Like, you have to work 10 times harder, especially a godly woman has to work 10 times harder just to make it just as easy, just to get to the same point as a man. Like, in the kind of work I do, you have to do it 10 times harder because you're a female in a man's job. Because, you know, you have to show your worth. You got to show your value and stuff. And I'm very high value. I know a lot of people don't look at it that way, but I am. I'm a very high value female. I could take a disaster and make it beautiful. I fix things, you know. That's why the devil comes up against me so hard, because I fix brokenness. I fix problems. That's why I'm still alive. After as much that's come up against me. But hopefully I'll have a vehicle soon, because vehicles make it so much easier. I don't know, I'm honestly thinking about getting a motorcycle. And I want to thank my Home Depot family, all of my peers and everything. Like, some of y'all are the only people to be on here, like, trying to support me, like, you know, just giving me words of wisdom and stuff. I freaking appreciate y'all. See, and that's one of the reasons why I love this job so much, because I know it inside and out. The people are absolutely fucking amazing. Like, through all of this, like, a lot of y'all are my Home Depot family. We bleed orange up in here, y'all. Like, we do. They're like, why don't you go to Lowe's? I'm like, I tried that. It didn't work out. They didn't want me. I bleed orange too much. But I felt like I was, like, going for an interview over there was like, I was betraying myself. I was like, yeah, this isn't me. But I don't know. I was having trouble sleeping. And I just saw my friend John, he put like this post up the other day or yesterday or something. And it's just, you know, I felt like sometimes people don't understand, like, when you get down and out, and, you know, it's just, they don't realize how hard it is for other people that are in a lesser situation. Plus, in this time and age, baby, this is some of the hardest times to live in, especially, like, how high everything is. Rent is ridiculous. Me and my husband used to be able to live on a one income for $10 an hour, have a fucking 2-bedroom house, had a vehicle or two. Like, we paid $700 in rent, plus bills. Like, you used to be able to live off of shit like that. That was good shit back then. Like, it ain't like that no more. Like, you spend $100 on groceries and you only got a bag or two. I mean, I shop smart though. But so my stuff lasts a little longer. I can, like, go to the store and buy like $50 worth of groceries and have like 7 or 8 bags. You know. But I don't know. That's me though. That's how I do. But I just want to I'm not giving up. I'm not gonna commit suicide or do something stupid like that. I'm just letting everybody know. I don't. It's just rough out here, dude. It really is. Especially being in a new place. You don't know anybody. You know, it's a fresh start, but sometimes fresh starts are a little rocky. And it's it's interesting. But yeah, if they go up on my rent though, I might have to move closer to my work or something. Because like, why would I don't want to pay $350 for a shitty hotel when I could pay $350 for a decent hotel. You know what I mean? But hopefully I can get out of this hotel shit and get a vehicle and stuff of some kind. And you know, because I mean I don't have much left. I got like three or four bags of stuff, and that's clothes. Like a suitcase, 3 bags, bedding. Yeah, I got like my blankets, my pillows, my perfumes and stuff, like makeup and shit. My air fryer, my fan. Yeah, it's not much. It's really not much. But for me, it's like bare necessities, so. Alright, well, I guess I'll get off here. Love you guys. Bye.